Okay, there we go. That's way better.
Yeah, that is way better. So, for those of you just joining us on Game That Tune, it's episode 100. Probably not the best episode to join us on because this is going to be a long and nonsense-filled show. We listen to video game music. We play 3 songs from each game, try and guess the games based on the songs, and a little bit of trivia. We goof off. We have fun. Winner at the end of the night plays bonus music and picks the theme for the next episode. We just completed 10 episodes worth of 90s games, and John Regan was our final 90s winner. So, John, what's the theme you picked for episode 100?
I believe that I picked a free play.
Oh, Jesus. Game That Tune. Free play. Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Here we go, the crews returned once more, and they're keeping the flow. Let's take a trip back through 100 shows. Huh, GTT, Game That Tune.
John's face right now. Pure anger.
Whoa. Why are we bringing race into this?
Whoa.
This is Game That Too, not let's be racist.
I'm not the judge of that. I'll leave that up to John.
Don't show me a picture of your dick. Yeah, John, I know you're really excited to talk about Sunset Riders, so I hope we really took the piss out of you on this one. David, take this whole segment to tell us about the time you went and saw Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark on Broadway.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson ride.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that sounds awful.
I prefer the Democratic version. Who's riding Biden?
You heard it here first. Hotline Miami, Super Mario World clone.
Oh, hey you Pikachu!
John
Fuck
Regan
you,
says,
David.
Little known fact about Shiggy is that he's actually my uncle that works at Nintendo.
Absurdity!
Oh, why did I make an effect for that?
Which doesn't even rhyme. And Gibbons Gate.
Does Simeon Akers rhyme?
Things like the possible blowing of someone in a hot spring that don't translate well to America. Sweet. Can we go back to the idea of a wipe button?
This was the fan request, not me. So, you know.
Fuck you, fans.
I
So we're going to have the same conversation over again? God damn it, you know I haven't played this game.
There is nothing you can do to convince John Regan that Michael Jackson's Moonwalker is not the greatest game of all time.
I really would love to play a game called Bill Clinton's No Bullshit Hot Tub Time Machine. I mean, Hot Tub Adventure Time Machine.
Ready for some trivia?
Yes.
Yes.
As long as it's not about Galaxy Quest.
All right, next song.
I'm gonna hassle your ass
I'll
up.
Mr. Saturn you to death.
And countdown to David loudly cursing in 3, 2, 1.
Damn it!
Thank you for saying something before I put on a Japanese accent and said almost the same thing. I gotta remember to never break out my Japanese
I'm
accent.
just trying to figure out what the fuck does Linux on Xbox have to do with it at all.
What about John? Is he still salty from last year?
Yes.
Or has he risen above that?
Nope.
And look at the cards for Father's Day and stuff. There's always a Batman one, and it's like, why do you make this?
George
Okay.
Lucas's Game That Tune mixtape is just the sound of him slamming his dick in a microwave door for 45 minutes.
That now that the Olympics are over, that the price should be dropping soon.
And the fact that it didn't sell for shit. Are they shrunk or is he huge?
Oh, he's huge.
Easy for this podcast to now be seen by our parents and grandparents. As such,
Fuck.
it will be. All of these ramblings, better ideas than Tornado Tunyon.
David, the way he said that, it's like people get random bombs thrown at them, and they're all like,
Want some
Could we
side-scrolling
define
adventure?
what Metroidvania is for our viewers / myself that don't know what that means? Close personal friend of the show that we've yet to name drop.
Yeah, exactly. Who is he?
Can someone please explain to me why Superman is wearing armor?
Okay,
He's
I can handle
fucking
this side.
Superman!
For the games, and then the fan request, which is shit.
I feel like every game, if you think about it the right way, has elements of fucking.
Pull up your list of games released in 2001.
Step ahead of you.
Half of the people play as Uber drivers. The other half play as people that need rides places. The people that need rides places have to avoid being, murdered.
Does red light mean on or muted?
Exactly. Yes.
You've got the floor as Absurd King.
Hello, my peons.
Instead, I just played the Akuma sound for no reason because he's not in this fucking game. So, good on me. God help me if you're fucking with us.
I am TT. Time to go to jail, motherfucker.
First year anniversary show's canceled, everybody. We're all going to go play WarioWare instead. Jonah Lama would not be stopped by a mere turtle shell.
John Regan says Dubstep Disco Inferno Dating Sim 89, which, God, I wish.
So the trivia for this game is the entirety of World War II, including the Manhattan Project, took less time than Duke Nukem Forever.
We're about to play some Secret of Mana music. That almost seems like we planned the show. I can assure you, viewers, we didn't plan the show.
Like, that's clearly Hitler's head, and it's exploding, and there's blood and gore.
Man, I don't know.
Basic witch tank.
I would love to hear an employee like half-assedly say, "Oh no, the boat's full of pig monsters." John, did you just give me -5 points on that round?
Yes, I did.
John says Knuckles Chaotix, which is correct.
Yes!
No, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm talking about Yoshi and cookies.
I didn't even write anything down. I was just so upset that whole time.
Mythbusters. We'll see at the end of the hour when this doesn't work.
I've never seen an alien movie.
John, I'm going to now officially kick you off the show. What the fuck, man?
I'm just imagining Mario in Caddyshack like, oh boy, we're only getting a leg.
Now, John, can you whistle us a few notes of Tanaka's song?
No, because that's not.
This is Gex 64, Enter the Gecko.
Damn it! I just remembered there's a Titanic level in that. Fuck!
And as you're talking about smoking all that weed, my dad hops in to say hi.
It's that classic 1-2 punch of like dangling something really cute in front of you.
Gross.
I just have to interrupt because Cyborg Dolphin is my favorite Metal Gear boss. John Harrigan has...
John fucking lied to me.
John Harrigan.
This is episode 69. Oh my.
It's just like a disease that turns you into Danny DeVito.
Okay, now you've lost me.
There's one obvious sound cue.
There is, and I unfortunately forgot to load it up before the show.
And that's the bottom line, because Jesse said so. Oh, and fuck geology.
Wonder Boy is going to turn up and fuck Tom Cruise up.
That would definitely be a scene from like some kind of David Lynch TV series. Like somebody just walks up to somebody, "What's Golden Axe?" If somebody else locked me in a room and forced me to play it, I would be scared, but for very different reasons.
And instead of just being Dr. Octopus, he dresses up like a giant octopus monster to scare people.
Johnny, I command you to play it.
Okay.
God, I love being in charge. Don't be surprised if all 5 games are games featuring Mario's nipples. Window into John's madness. He goes straight to the genitals.
I was gonna say, this is my favorite Ninja Turtles game is Super R-Type.
There, I'm getting off my Juggalo soapbox.
So yeah, you've been presented with this mystery. What the fuck is this game?
Win-win
situation.
Wolverine picked up a rotisserie chicken. He's fully pissed again.
What else is there to say other than John drank dog cum?
But no, John, there is no Wizard 2. Johnny's real itchy on that hat trick button, and sometimes he plays the right sound.
Yes. So you fucked me, David, is what I'm trying to say. Say it one more time, I'm sorry.
This is
He
one
said
of only...
horde with a D.
And then John Regan got really drunk and overzealous and added too many people into the mix.
You can aim downwards, so
Yes.
you can aim for the dick.
That's right, too. Nothing but balls.
All them balls.
So it's pretty quick for sucking and blowing.
God damn
You
it.
can finish quick.
I only want to say one thing, and that is God bless the Wikipedia page titled List of Fictional Rodents in Video Games.
The secret is John's moments away from killing you and eating your skin. This shit writes itself. Tallahassee Mega Man X is going to be fantastic, y'all. Let's see. John Gotcha sound.
Sorry, John, I completely trampled over your story. Please continue.
Yeah, he was about to tell a really proud story.
No. Fuck Olympians and all their accomplishments. I just want to play video games.
So, Jesse, who is the Final Fantasy VIII equivalent of Sarah the bitchy Triceratops?
The man.
We did it.
Is it over?
Yes.
Guys, I'm really sorry, but I was checking on the chat and I missed it. What's the theme for the episode?
Oh, thank God it's not our word of the day. Yeah, it's episode 100. We got man, a lot coming on tonight's episode. We got 6 great games. a couple of great fan requests. We got some shout outs and stuff. It's really going to be a pretty masturbatory episode. We're going to congratulate ourselves a lot here. So strap in, and Johnny, let's start with something great.
All right.
Yo, what's up? Congrats on 100 episodes. Been loving the stuff you guys have been doing the last 2 years. Definitely one of my favorite podcasts. You guys have been putting a lot of work. Love the production value you guys been putting in. Definitely one of my favorite things to listen to while at the gym, walking around. It's just makes my day go by so much more better. I'm really looking forward to what you guys have going on tonight. And if Johnny doesn't have at least 2 points by now, fire his ass. Or, hit him with that game over real quick.
Johnny, you fucked up playing that first. I can fire you right now.
Yep.
Pat said so.
That was from Pat, who forgot to identify himself in the recording.
Yeah,
that's all right,
nice.
though.
We should definitely start the music.
Game 1.
Man, that's... Oh, I forgot we don't do that anymore.
It's 100 episodes.
All right, who's ready for... This isn't going to be trivia. This is going to be a hint.
We don't ask that anymore, John. Come on, man.
Oh,
Keep
you're
up.
right. Man, I'm just fucking up. So...
Happy 100 episodes, everybody.
If
You're doing good.
very the keen Game That Tune listeners will remember that a while back I made a all Sega Genesis mixtape, and on that tape I featured a game that we hadn't actually used on the show yet, and it drove John absolutely bananas. This is from that game.
should probably write something down.
This is a tough one, dude.
I
Tough and
can give another hint if you need it. So
Yes.
they need it.
the Sega CD version of this game, which I'm playing the Genesis, but the CD version has been described as a lost episode.
Oh, I got you.
Damn it, John.
I like when people get
that
points.
That was pretty good trivia. That didn't give anything away, but it gave it away to David. That's bad enough. You know.
You gave something away to one person. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's not like Mario Party trivia, but still, I'm pissed.
This game broke all your controllers.
Mini games,
All right, let's see some answers.
party games.
David says The Adventures of Batman and Robin. John says Batman Robin Genesis. And Jesse says Batman Animated Series, which is close enough. This is The Adventures of Batman and Robin, the Sega Genesis version.
Hell yeah, it's starting off episode 100 with a hat trick, man.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's some sweet music. Like, I love that style of music. It's so
Going
good.
bananas over that being included in your mixtape. I like those songs. I just, I don't remember that at all. I just like your mixtape. It was full of, farty Sega music. And, man, those songs had some Sega bass. That's,
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was when
That's a
you said
particular
that. I was
sound.
like, all right, pull up the Sega mixtape. All right. Oh, this is totally Vector Man music. Wait, we used Vector Man. Shit.
Yep.
It definitely doesn't sound like a typical Batman soundtrack. I mean, I guess I'm just going off like the Sunsoft stuff, but still, like, it's very like someone mentioned Subterranea. I guess did the same person as the same
Composer.
the guy who did Subterranea also did this music. Is what I'm trying to say, and my first answer before you gave the second hint was Subterranea, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You guys got a particular sound, and it's not Batman sound.
Oh, it's great. I love it so much. It's very Blade Runner. Like, it's just, oh man.
Yeah.
Like,
My second guess was Shadowrun. I was like, well, it can't be that. Maybe it's Shadowrun, which is very Blade Runner. And then
I've been getting really into Outrun music lately, and this is right up my alley. Like, I could listen to this all day. Like, I just want to drive at night, like around sunset, like not totally night, and have this kind of music playing. You know what I mean? Windows cracked a little bit. Oh, it's great.
I just want to drive around at night, preferably in a neon lit city, while the Joker is shooting at me and Poison Ivy is attacking the museum.
Yes.
Yes.
You're saying this isn't Batman music?
I've never been to Baltimore, but that sounds about right. I mean,
Ooh.
Baltimore's essentially Gotham City, is it not?
It basically is, yes. Gotham is just an anagram for Baltimore. I don't know if you know this.
Awesome. So did you actually play Batman and Robin on the Genesis?
No, I did not. I picked this.
Cool back then, so skipped it. Man. Yeah, Jesse, what about you, my man?
never played it. Missed it.
You
I
two
have not-
legends are dropping the ball on this one. David, help me out.
So say I have not played it. I have watched all the cutscenes from the Sega CD version edited together because it's like a 17-minute Batman the Animated Series episode, and that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. They get like the Kevin Conroy and everybody to do the voices,
Yeah.
or
Everybody.
They got everybody.
No
And
shit.
it starts off with like Batman. I think he goes to like a bank and Poison Ivy is there, and then he goes somewhere else to fight Clayface, and then you fight Two-Face, and then like at the end it's Joker and Harley Quinn like in the old amusement park.
Awesome. Doesn't really sound like a coherent episode of Batman, but it sounds like it was pretty cool.
It's definitely not a
Well, I
coherent
mean, you're missing
game.
like all the levels and playing like the actual fighting of them part. They just like in the cutscenes edited together, like you show up and then a minute later they've beaten the Joker and he's tied up and everything. It's like, wait, I feel like something is missing here.
Well, so
Oh, yeah.
the Sega CD version, the gameplay is literally just you driving or flying. Like, you're either driving the car, weaving through traffic, or you're flying the bat jet, weaving through, like, the bridges, beams and things like that. That's it. Like, that's the whole game.
Huh.
This
They had to spend the space on all of the highly animated cutscenes with all the voice talent. And
Yeah, the cutscenes
guess so.
are animated by the original studio, and they have the original voice talent. Like, it's basically a Batman the Animated Series episode with this shitty-ass driving minigame in between segments. Like,
I would have thought that, like Warner Brothers or something might get the rights back to that by now. Then, like, we're really sorry that you guys all had to play this game, but here's all the cutscenes from the game, and here's some storyboards for the stuff that you would have had to play through in the game. Like, it's don't worry about it. It's good though, right? Thanks. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, I figured this was going to be like your standard Batman side scroller, man. I can't believe. Wait. So
again, that's a
talking
Sega
about
CD.
Sega Genesis version is your standard Batman side scroller, or is it beat 'em up?
It's like a run and gun, like you're Batman, or in 2-player mode, Batman and Robin running around beating people up. You got a good variety of weapons. You got some long range weapons. You got your batarang, and then you got your melee attacks, and it's kind of just like your standard running around beating people up game, but you're Batman. You know what I mean? Like, and
that's enough for the 90s, man. That's why we all played fucking beat 'em ups. It's like, hey, it's this Maximum Carnage game's not great, but like you get to be Spider-Man and Venom. Like, yeah, okay, good enough.
Yeah,
like,
and it is nice
that's what you wanted.
And it's kind of cool because I think this is the only Batman animated series game, if I'm not mistaken. Every other game is based on a movie.
David
I want to say there was a really bad, like, isometric 3D-ish beat 'em up on like PlayStation, maybe PlayStation 2. That was I want to say it was called Batman Rise of Sun Tzu, but I know that was based on the animated series.
Oh, I've heard of
Again,
that
I
one.
believe. I'll have to double check, which I guess I could do right now.
Well, since anytime I watch Batman the Animated Series on Amazon now, they don't play the original animated series opening. They play that weird Batman and Superman animated opening. I'm going to go ahead and declare it. Superman 64 is another Batman the Animated Series game, and let's talk about that fantastic game. Like,
This is episode 100. We should be like happy. I just pulled it up. Yeah, it was PlayStation 2, Batman Rise of Sun Tzu. Excuse me. Or PlayStation 2, Xbox, Game Boy Advance, and GameCube. And the cover has like, it's Batman, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Robin all in their like Batman the Animated Series versions. So apparently there was more than one.
Huh?
less than 3.
Yes.
Cool, man. So it's a Batman Genesis game. It sounds like the movie Drive, and the Sega CD version had a really good episode of the show on it. I mean, is there anything else to say about Batman the animated, or the Adventures of Batman and Robin the game?
No, I think that about sums it up.
Oh, cool.
Holy game 2, Batman.
There
Hey
you
guys,
go. You
it's
can't-
Justin, aka the Sigma Omega, wishing you a happy 100 episodes. Here's for another 100 or more. Who knows? Keep up the great work, guys. I love watching you every time live, if I get the chance, if I'm not busy. But I chose this game for a couple.
That's right. I forgot that Sigma Omega's congrats is also his trivia. So let's go ahead and move into his game here.
Game 2.
Kicking ass tonight, John. Awesome.
Yeah. So this is a fan request from Sigma Omega, who sent us a little message to play as his trivia.
Hey guys, it's Justin, aka the Sigma Omega, wishing you a happy 100 episodes. Here's for another 100 or more, who knows. Keep up the great work, guys. I love watching you every time live, if I get the chance, if I'm not busy. But I chose this game for a couple reasons, which I will not say. Maybe John can tell you after the song's played and you already chose, because it might give it away. But the main trivia I have for this game is that the director of the game actually came out and said that this is not a direct sequel to the previous game. And he says it's more of a tie-in to that overall world, but it's not a sequel. It doesn't have the same ideologies as the other, but it does have some things that are the same, which makes it a part of that series. So with that, here's to another 100 more, and keep it up.
All right.
Thanks, Justin.
God damn it.
Well.
I decided to join the feels train, especially for this game.
Welcome to the show. Sometimes guest, featured participant of our lost episode 89, Bradford Stevens. What's going on, man?
Why was it lost? Did I say too many bad things?
No. John Deucer just got a little too overzealous, and we had like 7 people going in a chat window, and the audio came out bad.
So, I figure John just fucked it up, and that's fine. That's what we expect. That's why we like him.
I really don't want to make episode 100 all that burning on John. This is really getting off track from where I wanted.
I think we found the title for episode 100, Burning on John.
It's a sequel to Burning for You.
Exactly. Where are we? Yeah, we're answering we're showing our answers.
Yeah, let's see some answers, guys. We've got Chrono Cross, and Chrono Cross.
That's
The rare 4-way hat trick.
This game is my favorite PhD literature thesis disguised as some kind of role-playing thing.
If you say so. If you can elaborate on that, I'll let you, because I've never played Chrono Cross. Sorry, everybody.
It's a beautiful soundtrack, and the plot is just utterly incomprehensible. I think at some point in time, it's like you discover that you are your own child, or you saved the girl version of yourself.
Wait, so it's like Red Dwarf?
Yes. And then there's like a giant depressing computer who used to be your friend Robo, who's trying to destroy the world. And meanwhile, there's some hot chick locked into a giant hedgehog dude called the Time Devourer. And I actually did beat the game, and it took me like 110 hours, and I'm still recovering 20 years later.
I thought it was a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
It was intense. You could recruit like 80 characters.
Yeah, there were so many characters. I remember like there was so many characters that like you wanted to be good, but they're kind of garbage. Like there was like this really cool robot dude, but like he just really wasn't an end game type character you didn't want to use. And I had this weird situation where I beat the game and my ending was just so underwhelming because I guess I didn't beat the final boss in a very specific way.
Yes.
And when I read about how you were supposed to do that, I was like, fuck that. And I never beat it the real way.
Yeah, you have to cast, and it's not really specified, you have to cast 8 different spells in the correct color order. But if the enemy casts any spells, it puts the enemy's colors in there. So it's basically just pure luck.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, John, you took the request, man. What do you got to say about Chrono Cross?
I've never played it, to be totally honest.
I wouldn't put that one.
Whoa, hold on. John, you haven't played a game featured on the show?
A notable PlayStation 1 game? Come on, John. You're Mr. PlayStation.
Yeah, we used to call you Johnny Squaresoft back in the day.
Wait, really? I don't remember that.
That was about the shape and mushiness of his penis, not so much about the games that you like to play. But
that's fine. Most of those games are lacking
title.
Jeez. So, what is there to say about Chrono Cross? The things I know about it are it's not Chrono Trigger and it's nice looking. Does it have animated cutscenes? Is this animated cutscene night, John?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I'm asking you. You're the expert.
That's why we call you Mr. Animated Cutscene when we're not calling you John Squaresoft.
That nickname's gotta stick. Jesse, man, you obviously played this a bit. What do you got on Chrono Cross? What's your give us your favorite stuff?
Yeah, the music was good. I like the variety of characters was amazing. Like there was a pirate and he had like cannons and anchors and stuff, and he was pretty cool. I think you could get Luca in your party from Chrono Trigger.
No, but you can get Luca's kid, I think.
Okay, that's who it was.
His name is Kid.
Yeah.
Weird.
But yeah, there were all sorts of characters. I remember at one point, it's kind of like a face-off situation where you become the bad guy and the bad guy becomes you. And so it's like, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, but Chrono Cross. And that's pretty cool. Like, there's bullet time and, a shootout and stuff. And also the main character has like a pretty cool weapon. Like he has this like dual like bladed glaive like thing, which, typically in RPG, it's just going to be like a dumb sword or something. But this guy had like a double bladed sword thing. And I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool, and the battles were fun. Like, I feel like you could like combo your skills or something. It had to do with like if you use a certain amount of elements, then like you could use more powerful abilities. Like the battle system was kind of I liked the battle system in the game. Like I couldn't tell you about anything about the story because it was just JRPG goblin. But I love the game.
Literally a 50-page story explainer. That's what it takes to understand the story. I don't.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I love it. Are you kidding? I'm playing Persona 5 right now, so like I'm in the mindset.
Is that what Persona is? Oh crap!
No, Persona is much simpler than that. And apparently I'm dating 4 people now in Persona, which is very exciting.
Okay. I can dig that. But yeah, man. This I'm really glad we finally got this on. This I think this has actually been requested by like 4 different people at this point. So thanks to Sigma Omega for the request. Thanks to Dell for requesting it a couple of years ago, and a couple of random people on Twitter as well. Like
thanks to every person that's ever given a request, because you've probably requested Chrono Cross.
Yeah, exactly. Almost like
the whole soundtrack is really worth listening to. It's a masterpiece, probably one of the top 5 game soundtracks of all time. It's simply gorgeous.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
I shit on everything.
Exactly. If Bradford likes it, I don't know if that means we're supposed to like it, but it has to mean something.
I know it's definitely one of those soundtracks to me that when I hear it, I go, I remember playing that game. Like it's one of those. It's like almost Phantasy Star Online for me. Like that game is an instant like nostalgia boner, while this game is more of a little bit of a nostalgia chub, if that makes sense.
A little Star Saw.
Oh,
God damn it,
Johnny.
My man.
Official
man.
motion to make the title of episode 100 Nostalgia Chub.
It's in the tags, man.
I don't think I get a vote on a thumbs up anyway.
But fuck yeah, man. So Johnny, I think for a bunch of guys that didn't play Chrono Cross, we said all we can. So
Yep.
what do we got coming up next?
We got another thing coming up next, but Bradford, I think I appreciate you coming by, but I think we're gonna have to let you go because you're kind of breaking my video right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I got to talk about Chrono Cross and bitches. I'm good.
Yeah.
I got my yearly thing. I'm just gonna ship it.
We'll have to have you back on in an official capacity at some point.
We'll have to plan it. All right.
Awesome.
that was our first execution of the evening.
Could you leave without making a scene, please?
Now we've
Watching
got
to find out who goes next. Game That Tune Survivor.
John, will you accept this rose?
Wait. I'm mixing up a lot of shows right now.
So what's next, John?
All right.
This is like take 100. We'll see how this goes. Hey guys, Del here. Just wanted to say congratulations on reaching 100 episodes. It's certainly been a weird past couple of years, but it's certainly been pretty decent as well. As someone who's been here kind of from the beginning, thanks to being a pal of Jesse's on Twitter, it's certainly been interesting seeing you guys kind of evolve from episode 1 to this point. And it's also been nice to get to know you guys a little bit better over the past couple years as well. I was actually tempted to try and do some stand-up comedy after seeing Jesse post stuff about him actually having the courage to do that as well. I mean, I didn't, but I was at least tempted to. Seeing David put out comics twice a week has also been interesting to see progress over the past couple months in terms of art style and all that stuff. I've been out of the loop on newer fighting games over the past couple years as well, so seeing John's reactions to new games coming out has certainly been interesting, because otherwise I probably wouldn't even known. And then there's Johnny. Wait, are you expecting something to go along with this as well? Ah, ha, ha, ha. But no, seriously, the YouTube channel has certainly been interesting to listen to, and seeing all the hard work and everything that goes into that has been quite interesting. And while people listening might think that I choose random and obscure games for requests just to torture you guys, it's actually been quite interesting to see you guys learn about new games that you might not have heard about otherwise and actually look into them some more. So, once again, congratulations on 100 episodes, and hopefully there will be many, many more. And as one last note, the mixtapes that are available at patreon.com/GameThatTune are quite interesting. And Johnny totally did not tell me to say that.
Getting a nice plug there.
Real good.
Game 3.
So, trivia for this game. Every playable character in this game has their own theme music that accompanies their own specific section. In the final act of this game, the theme song that's played depends on who is the first character leading your party. I hope you're all thoroughly confused.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Does anyone have guesses or answers? So, John Regan says The Adventures of Batman and Robin, which is incorrect. John Harrington says an old-ass version of Golden Sun or something, which is incorrect. Jesse Moore says Dragon Quest IV, which is correct.
Yay!
Of course it is. What?
So, I was trying to decide a game for episode 100. And at first I was just thinking like, free play, I can pick whatever. I know exactly what to go with. And then I thought, well, it's episode 100. I should pick something like important. So I was bouncing between a couple games, and then I pulled up our list of games that we've previously used on the show. We have gone 99 episodes and never touched Dragon Quest. That
And
just
you
seems
ruined it.
wrong. Like,
And you
damn.
ruined a perfect streak. Yeah. Jeez, we could have gone a whole century's worth of episodes without playing a single Dragon Quest game. And, here we are, man. You tagged us out at the plate. That's a baseball reference, David.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I live in Chicago. I know.
Okay.
Honestly,
so
I wasn't aware, so thank you.
Anywho, no, seriously, Dragon Quest is a long-running and important series for anime fans. Shout out to Akira Toriyama. And I'm gonna go play Dragon Ball Fighter Z. David, talk about Dragon Quest.
So I've only played 2 Dragon Quest games, and I've yet to beat either of them. One of them is Dragon Quest IV, and Dragon Quest IV is pretty damn cool because it was an NES RPG, NES JRPG, and like in most RPGs, you're your character, your hero, and you amass your party. You're just exploring through everything, and you just like meet random people, and they decide to join your epic quest. But Dragon Quest IV, like, it's split into 5 chapters, and the first 4 chapters follow one character going through their own like side story adventure thing. And after like an hour or two with them, you beat your little quest and like, okay, and then it moves on to the next character. And then the 5th chapter is all about the legendary magic hero that you play as because it's a JRPG. And everybody kind of comes together. So it's not just like, oh, hey, you're some guy. We got into a fight. I beat you. Hey, you're pretty strong. I'm going to join you. Like, you actually see what they're doing beforehand. So you get, like, the whole backstory behind everybody, which is really freaking cool.
Yeah, I like that. I wish they would go ahead and release another game that I know of that uses that. Seiken Densetsu 3, the sequel to Secret of Mana. You can choose 3 of 6 characters, and you get to play like their little section of the story before all the characters unite. And depending on which characters you've chosen, the story's different each time. But like, yeah, you get to see this guy where he's like exiled from his kingdom, and this guy where he's a thief and he has to go steal a thing, and eventually everybody meets up. Like, I like that. It's not just like you're starting out as the hero. You're brown hair, and you get a sword, and then you find a girl, and then you find magic person. Like, I like everybody having their own little backstory. That is a nice touch. I didn't think they did that with NES RPGs.
Well, and it's also cool too because it's, at least as I understand it, I've only played 2 Dragon Quest games. Like, the games themselves are pretty basic. Like, the first time that I was playing this was like, oh, this is where like every JRPG ever got it from. Like, this is where it comes from. It's all about like the personality of the characters and the story and that sort of thing. Like, it's kind of like video game comfort food. You're going to go back to the same thing. What's the story going to be? So the characters in this game, it starts off, the first character is Ragnar, who's like this old knight who goes on this epic quest to save children. And then you meet up with Zarevna Elena, because for some reason when they localized it, they gave like every character some weird European accent, and Elena is Russian, who's this like, she's supposed to be this princess, but she's a total tomboy and she's a fighter, so she doesn't use a weapon. She just punches the shit out of stuff, and you follow her on her quest to become the strongest, and she ends up joining a tournament and beating everybody. And then you meet Taloon the merchant, who is a merchant. So his whole chapter, you're basically working a weapons shop, and it's kind of like this like buy, sell, haggle mini game, and then you make enough money to buy a sword, and then you go adventuring.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's like every chapter is different, because Ragnar's chapter is very basic, classic JRPG. You're trying to save children, you go to a dungeon, you then go to a tower, you beat a boss, it's great. And then, like I said, Elena, she's got this mystery to solve with her father, because somebody's either kidnaps her father or steals her father. But before you get to that point, like you leave the castle to fight in this tournament, so it's like a boss rush mode. And then you come back, it's like everyone's gone from the castle. What happened? Chapter end, cliffhanger. And then you've, like I said, you've got Taloon the merchant who's running a shop, and it's this haggle mini game. So every chapter is different. And then I'm in the fourth chapter right now while I'm playing it, which is two sisters, Maya and Mina. One of whom is a dancer, and one of whom is like a fortune teller. So you're kind of like exploring things as them. But at least as I understand it, in the last chapter, when you play the hero, everything kind of comes together. Because when you're playing as Ragnar in the first chapter, you're trying to save children because some evil wizard is kidnapping children. In the second chapter with Elena, you're trying to, be the best. And in the arena, the final opponent is the evil wizard. And then the third chapter, Taloon, it ends when he's exploring this cave and finds a magic sword, like this great holy sword, which I suppose you give to the hero. Like, so again, everything kind of coalesces.
Awesome. So Jesse, you got the answer right. Have you played Dragon Quest? Do you have strong opinions or thoughts on this?
No.
Perfect.
I ain't playing that first-person battle trash.
Oh, right. You hate that, don't you?
Oh, hell yeah. That's some garbage. Dragon Quest VIII is when they started saying, hey, let's make games that people might like.
Yep.
And I do say, though, I will say I enjoyed listening to you guys talking about it. And, like, John's just kind of like, just casually, Dragon Quest, I'm sure some people like it. It's got a fan base or something. Anime fans love this game. And it's pretty much like the biggest thing in Japan. Like, they used to have like, school holidays when these games were released. They're like, okay, this game comes out on Tuesday, no school that day because kids aren't going to come to school that day anyways because fucking Dragon Quest is released. Like, if you like went to Japan and were like, hey, Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy, they'd be like, Final what? Dragon Quest, motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I remember reading, like, again, looking for trivia for this game specifically, and I was getting trivia for, like, the whole series. It was either the third or the fourth game where they started releasing it on the weekend because they were releasing it during the week, and so many people cut school just to go buy Dragon Quest that the school system was like, well, fuck it, you got to do something.
That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I might have underestimated this series just a little bit, but this podcast takes place in America, not Japan. And over here, I mean, who really played it before Dragon Quest VIII when it just looked like you were playing a knockoff of the Dragon Ball anime? Come on, people. I'm kidding. I don't want to take the piss out of this pick. The series is still going for a reason, and it is still going, right?
Oh yeah, 11 is supposed to come out for, I think, PS4 and Switch sometime soon.
Nice. And I think like Dragon Quest Builders is out, and I think people like that. So
yeah, I hear that.
Dragon Quest Builders. There's also Dragon Quest Warriors, which is a like hybrid of Dragon Quest and Dynasty Warriors, which is something I really want to look into.
I was gonna say, David, are you not playing that like right this very minute? Show us your hands.
And Dragon Quest 9 on the DS is pretty solid too.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say I bought that at a going out of business Kmart for like $4, and I'm looking at it right now. It's on my shelf wrapped in plastic. So, Jesse, does that get your recommendation?
Which game?
Dragon Quest IX.
Yeah, that's definitely it. And it's you can see your characters fight. You can have all sorts of characters.
Which is the only thing that matters.
It is.
I mean, if you're gonna fight stuff a lot, I want to see my characters do it. I don't just want to think the hand of God is killing things.
We all want to see our characters do it. That's why we play JRPGs. Am I right, folks?
That's right. Mass Effect.
Because I got
Game 4.
Damn it! I've been playing Dragon Quest 4 on the original DS, but I got the Dragon Quest 8 remake for the 3DS, and it's really damn good.
Yeah, 8's good. It's long. It'll end like 4 times, and you're like, okay, is it going to be over this time? Nope.
That's my one criticism is because they're fun games, and I like the story, and I love the characters and all their personality. But then once you get to the playing games, I mean, it's menu managing, like push A repeatedly to keep selecting attack and all that. Like, it's very basic RPG, but the characters are awesome, and the world and the story is awesome. And this is what gave us slimes, and slimes are adorable.
They are. Yeah.
Rocket slime.
I had a buddy that definitely played all of 8 while I sat, by and smoked weed and watched him play it. And that game has no consideration for your time whatsoever. It's long, baby. So here's to long RPGs. Here's to characters doing it, and here's to slimes. Thanks, Dragon Quest. Johnny, what do we have coming next?
All right.
Hey, Surf David here. 100 episodes, huh? That's crazy, guys. But listen, though, you guys need to think about the future here, because you're going to run out of Sonic the Hedgehog games eventually, and then Johnny's got nothing. And then video games in general, I don't know about that. That's probably not going to last too long either. You need to move to a clean, renewable energy source like Simpsons shitposting. All right? Anyways, congratulations on 100 episodes, guys. Y'all are awesome.
Game 4.
In the mix.
You just gotta keep moving forward.
Hold on. Hey, Jesse, I can't hear you.
Jesse, you muted your mic in the chat window.
100 episodes,
I do not
ladies and
know how I
gentlemen.
did that. I honestly, that just baffles my mind. Man, I was like smooth and stuff. It was really cool. Damn it, fuck. All right, so this trivia, fuck, God, just my momentum. Okay, that really fucked me up, guys. Okay, this game has a large cast of playable characters from all over the world, and it includes such character types as a robot, a ninja, a cowboy, a soldier, and a gorilla.
Did that
Come on,
just
guys.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's it.
John,
Can you give the trivia one more time?
All right, there's a robot, a ninja, a cowboy, a soldier, and a gorilla in this game. You can play as those characters, and there's a whole bunch more.
Okay, I think I got it.
Oh, man.
I want to see some of this action. Come on, just draw a giant penis and be.
That's what
Come
I'm
on.
doing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so we got a dick from Johnny, and then the two guys actually playing the game said Overwatch. And that's correct, by the way.
I've yet to play
I should say
Overwatch.
and yet to score a point in Game That Tune episode 100.
Perfect.
Classic John.
Johnny, tell us about Overwatch.
Well, you can play as a gorilla.
Name all
Do you know the gorilla's name?
Nope. There's somebody named Tracer, and they have a great ass or something, but they're not supposed to
Oh,
show
there
it.
you go. Okay. Hot take.
He's been on the internet, folks.
She does, but unfortunately she's gay, so best of luck there, buddy.
Yeah, and she's a fucking video game character, David, but you know, yeah, so she's not Johnny's type.
Yeah, since when can I not look at an ass? like whatever. It's an ass.
Oh man, this yeah. Jesse, tell us about Overwatch. What is Overwatch?
I think it's really neat. It's like it's a team-based character shooter. Like so there's like 20 characters, and they all have like their special abilities that they can do. There's like attack characters that are mainly for attacking. There's defense characters or like your tanks and stuff. There's healers and support characters, and they all do different things, and they're all like super quirky as hell. They all have these crazy like backstories and a lot of like the fan base is a fan base, one of those is going to be good fans and bad fans.
There's a fan.
Like if you've been on Pornhub recently, you'll see a lot of Overwatch type videos that are mesmerizing, if anything. Like you're like,
is
why?
that where we're going tonight? Is that where we're going?
We go there every night, David.
That's a point. Yeah, okay.
Oh man, yep. Yeah, no, I haven't played Overwatch either because everybody that I talked to recommended that I not buy the PS4 version and that I should play it on PC. I don't remember exactly why, but I don't know. I feel like I've missed the boat on this one. Are they still releasing updates? Are there new characters and shit coming?
Yeah, there's a new character coming out soon too, Bridget, and she's
They
got
just
like
announced
a
a brand new
shield.
character.
Yeah, she's got a shield. She's got this cool mace thing, and she looks pretty cool. She can charge people with her shield, and I think she can heal a little bit too. But she looks pretty neat. Yeah, they're always adding new characters, new game modes and stuff. Always making new skins and stuff for the loot boxes and whatnot. And The one weird thing is they have this thing called Overwatch League, which is esports, and like different cities or states have their own teams and that are being represented. And the Florida Mayhem, who I support, are the worst team in the league. And but like
Awesome.
it's actually fun watching like competitive like Overwatch because like if you play it and then you watch these people who are like super like good that play it at a high level and you're like, oh my god, these people like it, and the commentating is actually very impressive. Like it feels like I'm watching like a sport. Like I guess it's an e-sport. It's weird because like I mean, I could go outside and play soccer, but I'll suck at it. But I can watch people play soccer at a high, level, and it's like, whoa, that's amazing. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
and when you have somebody that like actually explains what's going on for somebody for like essentially a layman, like when they it's like you don't quite know what you're looking at, but if the commentary is actually good enough to clue you into what you're watching, like that's a good thing. Like a lot of times when I'm watching guys play competitive fighting games and stuff, the commentators are just kind of yelling and getting hype. But if these Overwatch guys are actually telling me what's going on the screen, that would be good. Because I don't really know what's going on in a lot of cases. Because these guys really move around like fucking crazy. Like it's a first-person game, and these guys are doing some fucking next-level shit. It's not like watching a game of Rocket League or fucking Street Fighter. Like I'm just sitting there like, fuck, did they just do something impressive? I'm lost. Like it's so busy, but it's cool, and I'm glad it's caught on and it's super popular. But
that's what I've heard, that Overwatch is the first person shooter for people that don't like first person shooters because it's character based and like everybody has their own like special like.
And like if you suck at like aiming and stuff, like there are characters where aiming, like there's a guy where you put a turret down and that thing shoots people, and all you got to do is go over to your turret and hit it and make sure it heals, or throw armor packs. You don't really have to like actually aim at people. You just gotta like hide and make sure your turret doesn't get blown up. So like there's melee characters, so like you can just run up and start swinging your weapon and stuff. Like there's so many different ways to play Overwatch with the character choices. It's great. It's like Street Fighter, but a team-based shooter. It's
another friend of mine, he described it when he was first telling me about it. Whenever it first came out, he said it was basically Super Smash Brothers, but a first-person shooter. Like there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of variety. Everything's pretty well balanced, and all the characters are ultimately necessary. And it's just like you can try everybody, and try and find something that works for you. I'm like, that sounds fun. Don't buy it on the PlayStation 4. Oh well, okay, I can't play it on the PC, so I'm just gonna miss the Overwatch train. There it goes. It left the station.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am. Like, this is my favorite game I've never played before. Like, I love everything about this game, but I've never sat down to play it.
Yep. So, I don't know, man. We should talk about Pornhub. No, wait. No, the other thing.
My answer
categories.
I mean, my standard answer to like I can't play on the PC is like
there are recommended videos.
My standard answer to I can't play on the PC is like, well, you should go build a new PC. Except right now, like all the Bitcoin miners are fucking it up for the rest of us, and like trying to build a gaming PC right now is way too expensive. So,
John, we are not going to turn this discussion of Overwatch into a ranting space for you to complain about Bitcoin.
Hey, how's Turtlecoin doing?
Not
God
great.
Damn it! What did I just say?
Not great. My 5 million turtle coin at one point was worth like $18,000. Now it's like $500. Like it's bananas.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, jeez, John, really took a bath on turtle coin, whatever the fuck that is.
I spent $0 on it, so like it's
GTT coin coming soon.
Yeah.
Yes. Can we start our own cryptocurrency or what? Is that part of our Patreon goal?
Everyone can start cryptocurrency these days, man.
Bradford
it's easy.
One, didn't he?
Hell yeah.
Didn't he invent Skycoin or something?
Bradford, I believe, is a COO of Skycoin. And I only learned this recently after shitting all over cryptocurrency in general. I felt really bad about it. It's like, oh man, damn it.
Nice. And then you locked him out of Game That Tune episode 100, man.
God, you just shutting him down.
Going after Bradford tonight. But anyway, Overwatch is fucking dope. It's remarkably prolific. You know, it's like game of the year or whatever from last year or the year before, and still going strong. Good music, cool characters, Tracer's booty, and Jesse. Anything else, my man?
I think it's a great game. I feel like you should try to get it for PlayStation 4. If you like playing first-person shooters and stuff like that on your PlayStation 4, I think you should give it a try, dude. Like, I think you'll like it. The characters are fun, and if there's a lot of people still playing on PlayStation 4, which I'm sure there are, do it.
Yeah, I want to say it was Pat Perkins telling me, like, yeah, you won't be very competitive if you play on PlayStation 4 as opposed to PC. I'm like, I'm not going to be competitive anyway. So
I'm just gonna fucking play video games, sit on the couch and shoot some people. What the fuck?
Yeah, just enjoy the game.
Bingo. What?
I said just enjoy the game.
It's probably on sale too. I bet you can get it cheap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's probably like free when you buy a loot box. So check that out. And Johnny, what do we got coming up, man?
All right.
Hey, Game That Tune. Alex Messenger here, and all I really want to say is congratulations on 100 episodes. 100 episodes of Game That Tune. 100 episodes of Nipple Talks. 100 episodes of great fucking video game music. 100 episodes of not talking about Michael Jackson's Moonwalker and that rugby player whose name I don't remember for some reason. And did I say Nipple Talk? I really like that Nipple Talk. And Johnny fucking up the soundboard. Every time they want to talk about outer space, he fucked up again. God damn it, you were supposed to play the space sound effect. And listening to you guys, it's been one hell of a journey. Congratulations on 100 episodes, and I hope that you guys go for 100 more. And since I'm here talking about 100, podcast episodes and stuff, I think I want to promote my Facebook group. Since you guys all here love, VGM and VGM podcasts, check out VGM Podcast Fans on Facebook. We talk shit about Game That Tune. Not really, but I think we could. So, yeah, definitely check that out. And guys, seriously though, congratulations.
Wow.
Awesome.
Game 5.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So this is another fan request. This one comes to us from Alex Messenger, and he sent me his trivia separate from his thank you message, so he's going to reintroduce himself now.
Hey guys, it's Alex Messenger here, and I have the trivia for this game. I really couldn't find anything super interesting, but I do want to tell you guys about an exploit. And on the final stage, you gotta keep playing until you reach the large cannon, which you normally must destroy to proceed. But don't do that because power-up items and one-ups will keep respawning forever. Whatever this was by design or an oversight is not clear.
All right.
Nice long fade out, guys. Think about it. Let's see. What do you guys have?
All right.
John Regan says Battlemania, aka Troubleshooter, which is incorrect. Jesse and David both get it correct. It's Thunder Force 4. Hell yeah, man. Man, I hope somebody has something to say about Thunder Force, because I think that me and Alex are in the same boat, where this game is featured on the show because it's got a soundtrack full of blistering bangers, and we have nothing else to say about it. Jesse, what do you know about Thunder Force 4?
It is a shoot 'em up, and it is very difficult, at least for me. I think I've played Thunder Force 3, and they're very similar games. You know, your spaceship flying around and shooting stuff and trying not to get killed, because everything will kill you. And has sweet ass music. The games look incredible. If you are good at these games, you are rewarded with, you know, crazy looking bosses and all sorts of like really tight animations, and these games are always beautiful, but you know, you got to be good at them. I'm not.
Yeah, no, neither am I. But like, I've looked at screenshots from this, and it's like, yeah, this just looks like every fucking like super awesome side-scrolling shmup from the '90s. Like, you know, really gorgeous sprites, really huge, weird bosses, and you know, enemies with balls and extending tails and whip things and stuff like that. And
Did you say? Did you just say enemies with balls?
I'm talking like, you know, if you got an enemy on screen and they got a tail that's going to fucking like whip out at your ship, it's going to be made of a series of balls that are spinning around. You know the one I'm talking about, like the kind I'm talking about. think about like Gunstar Heroes. Think about how every big boss in that moves. They have some moving legs made of balls or some shit. Think of Vector Man. Jeez, come on.
Think
I'm
of George
just amazed that
Lucas.
we've been spending all this time talking about balls, and Johnny hasn't used the "my man" sound.
Yeah,
My man.
shit, or
Thank
Tim,
you.
Anything. I'm not falling into your ball trap. But yeah, no, I saw. Thanks. Excellent timing there, John. I suck at shoot 'em ups too, and I didn't own a Genesis, so there's like double reasons I've never played this. Were these just on Genesis, or they released in arcades or anything? Because they look fucking excellent. I feel like these belong in like one of those Neo Geo, arcade cabinets or something. Like they look really cool.
See, I was confused because I was looking up the series and I could have sworn that this was on TurboGrafx. Because, like, when TurboGrafx came to the Wii Virtual Console, like, everybody was excited about this shoot 'em up series. And I thought it was Thunder Force, but apparently it was all, like, Sega consoles because there were some on the Saturn, which we've established we all own, like, multiple versions of. But yeah, it's all, like, Genesis, Saturn.
Yeah, we all played the, Saturn version of Thunder Force. We're all familiar with that one. John, give us the rundown. Give us your 5 favorite bosses in the Sega Saturn version of Thunder Force 4.
Listen, I've only played Thunder Force 1 on the NEC PC 8801, so like I'm really not familiar with the later games in the series.
You just Googled that, or was that just tucked somewhere in your brain? Did we just trigger something in you, John? What was that?
I know a lot about the NEC PC 8801.
Give us a quick rundown.
I can confirm he did not Google that because I am on the Wikipedia article for the Thunder Force series, and that is not listed. That man knows his shit.
Awesome.
Look, if it's a weird Japanese computer, I'm very interested in it.
Yeah. Okay. That actually is very very much in character for you. So, cool. I want to talk more about this just so I can edit more like fucking Thunder Force music in the background because the soundtrack is fucking absurd Sega Genesis bangers. But man, what is there to say about a shoot 'em up with great music and nothing else that anybody knows about it? I can shout out the composers Toshiharu Yamanishi, Takeshi Yoshida, and Naosuke Arai, but I've gotten so good at pronouncing Japanese names now that only took a couple of seconds.
It's like we've done 100 episodes or something. Jeez.
Yeah, jeez, have we gotten good at this? Oh, man.
Almost.
No, yeah, we haven't. But, yeah, man, dope game, dope request, dope fucking soundtrack. Thanks to Alex for the request. Alex has been with us for a long time as a hardcore fan. He is our current request king. This is his 15th episode with a request featured in it. So, he's doing pretty good, man. And I'm sure he will.
Now, John, does he get special privilege for requests being a Patreon?
He actually does. He is a Patreon superfan tier producer, and he's at the request priority level. So, if you make a request and then Alex makes a request, we take Alex's request. So if you
now, how can somebody else get that same level?
That same
privilege? If you would like similar privileges, you should perhaps check out patreon.com/GameThatTune and check out our tiers and maybe throw us a little bit of scratch.
Yeah,
we might you throw us a little bit of cash. We play any music you ask us to play on this show. So it's just what we do.
Check out the tiers. Yeah. Decide what's right for you. And if what's right for you is $10 or more a month, you get to bump other people out of the queue.
Hey, so how does that work? Like the priority if there's like 2 or more people?
That has yet to happen,
both, and they both send a request.
Funnily enough, it's never come up.
So
yeah, and going forward, it will bump Johnny.
Honestly, I would love to have that problem. I would love to have too many superfan requests.
Yeah. We'll work on that after tonight. I'm sure we're gonna get just a big influx of subscribers. So hell yeah!
Wait, so you're telling me I don't have to choose a game. I don't have to search trivia, and more people are giving us money.
Yeah.
This is a problem I'm comfortable having.
Yep, that's a Johnny win, 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 win. And I think we got to keep it going, man.
All right. I don't have a cue for game 6, so here we go.
Oh, okay. So this is a bonus game then.
This is a bonus game. Did you give me a sound for that?
No, I gave you a sound weeks ago.
Oh, God.
Oh, good.
Well,
100 episodes, folks. 100 episodes.
That'll work.
Good enough.
I found it.
Thanks, John.
Now it's keyed to B.
All right. So, a new version of this game was released in 2016 with full HD visuals in what format? So, how you guys feeling?
Awful.
If I'm right, I feel like this is kind of a dick move.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Johnny, hide it.
Sorry.
Oh shit.
Jesse says GoldenEye source ? David says Metal Gear HD 2016. Oh, so close. John Regan says Metal Gear Solid 3. Man, John, I can't believe you got on the board by the end of the episode.
Fucking finally.
Wait, they released Metal Gear Solid 3 in 2016?
In the ultimate dick move,
$100. Knowing Konami, $100 says it was a pachinko machine.
Pachinko machine, man. It was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater patchy slot, and they made the most delicious HD Metal Gear Solid 3 visuals. It looks so fucking good, and they used it for a fucking pachinko machine. It's the dickest.
Okay. Hold up. Okay, I need to grind the show to a halt. So, are you fucking with us, or did they release Metal Gear Solid 3 HD as a pachinko machine?
It was Metal Gear Solid 3 patchy slot edition in 2016, and it's got fucking beautiful HD visuals, like far surpassing Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, it looks like, the patchy slot machine is just a fucking large TV with gorgeous fucking visuals, beautiful remakes of the fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 cutscenes. It's the dickest move of all time.
Okay, and I appreciate that and understand that, but you didn't answer the question. Is this a pachinko machine?
Yes, it's a
Fuck you, John.
It's a pachinko slot machine. Yeah.
So does that count as a video game?
What? Pachinko machine?
It counts as HD remake.
Can I come in here with some pinball machines, or a fucking game of badminton or something? Maybe some horses running around the track.
I'd rather you didn't. I picked Metal Gear Solid 3 for the PlayStation 2. The trivia was just about the pachinko machine.
Okay, never mind.
Although honestly,
Yeah, no,
okay. Whew.
I thought you were like actually choosing the pachinko machine, and I was gonna fucking
like,
throw down.
Fuck this show, 100 episodes, and you just totally just no more.
Japanese pachinko machine.
John, that would have been the
No.
most Johnny move you could have ever pulled.
Yeah, no, thank God I didn't do that. No, this is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater for the PlayStation 2, re-released in 2016 as a very, very beautiful pachinko machine. But Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, possibly my favorite game of all time. It's fucking excellent.
It's
Really? More so than Secret of Mana?
It goes back and forth. And like there was a time when it was definitely Secret of Mana, and then there was a time when it's definitely Snake Eater. And then playing that Secret of Mana HD remake just recently, it's like, I like Secret of Mana, but this is bringing to my attention that there's not a whole lot of depth to Secret of Mana. And I love all the silly depth there is to Metal Gear Solid 3. It's an absurd game. And, it's so much fun to play through and then play through again and learn all the silly fucking tricks to beat all the bosses and fuck with all the enemies. If they could just take that setting and that, that Metal Gear and make it into like more of an open world modern game, like I'd play in it forever. Like it's just so cool. It's got just all the, different environments, and it's got the crazy fucking bosses, and it's pretty fucking excellent, man. Like I know David's never played it, but Jesse, you've played Metal Gear Solid 3, right?
Oh yeah, it's up there on my
Yeah.
top 5. That game is so good. Did you ever have a situation where you'd save the game and you turn it off, and then like the next day you start it up, and like you're playing a different game, and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like walking through this village with these two like blades and just
No.
like slashing people up, and then all of a sudden, like after you've killed like 100 people, like you wake up and you're Snake, and you're like, that was a weird dream.
Yeah, I'd never had that happen, but I know that it does happen. It's like part of the prison sequence or something where like you're in prison because you've been captured or whatever, and like if you turn off the game and come back to it, you're having a nightmare and it's a completely different game. Like it, Kojima's crazy, man. I fucking love that guy. Like, I was just thinking of all the crazy ways that you can beat the bosses and stuff. Like when you're playing first or like second or third time, like. Did you ever play against Ocelot and use his revolver against him?
Oh no, that sounds awesome.
It's fucking great. Like, the fight against Ocelot's really tough because he's really good with his guns. But if you point the revolver at him and then press the right joystick, you'll start twirling the barrel of the gun, and it makes Ocelot jealous. So he starts juggling his guns to show you up, and you can shoot him while he's doing that.
That's amazing.
I was gonna say, I know that there's because Metal Gear Solid 3 is the one with the end, and I know that like when you get to the end's boss fight, if you stop and like come back to the game a week later, he dies of old age.
He's dead, yeah. It's great. It's just like you get a phone call from Eva, and it's like, yeah, he died. Like, oh, okay, cool, see ya. Like,
or you can even kill him like way sooner in the game with the sniper rifle.
I've done that too. It's dope. Like, I don't know if you ever pulled that one off. It's tricky because like you're watching a cutscene and they've got the end sitting there in a wheelchair, and then like when the cutscene just abruptly ends, you have to whip out your fucking sniper rifle, aim, and pull the trigger. And when you do, he explodes, and like his wheelchair comes flying at you, and if it hits you, it does a bunch of damage. Like it's fucking nuts, man.
That sounds amazing.
But like, yeah, you can break the game right then. It's fucking awesome. I was trying to remember in the fight with the Fear, he's like the weird spider guy, and he's climbing all over the trees. If you like keep shooting at him and make him jump from tree to tree, he gets tired, and you can throw food down on the ground for him and have him come down and get it. And if it's spoiled food, he'll get food poisoning and start throwing up, and you can just lay into him. Yeah, I
love the bosses in that one too.
And then there's the Sorrow, who is a ghost, and he's a good way to make sure you're if you're trying to do a run through the game without killing anybody, if you get to the Sorrow and nothing happens, then you've been playing the game without killing anybody. if you've killed a bunch of people, you're wading through a river, and the ghost of everyone you've killed in the game tries to attack you, and it's fucking nuts. I'm trying to remember. It's like, there's a scene where you're up on like the mountain base, and when you kill a guy, vultures will occasionally like come and start pecking at their bodies. And if you kill the vulture that was eating a soldier and eat the vulture, when you're going through the river and you see the ghost of the guy being tortured by vultures, he'll get mad at you for eating him. Like, the game is fucking crazy. I'm trying to think, who was the last boss? Oh, the Fury. He's an astronaut, and he's got flamethrowers. And
yeah, that guy was crazy.
If you slice him up with a knife, his suit gets ripped, and then you can hurt him more easily. Like,
he's cool.
Like a flame-proof suit, and if you fucking try and get close to him and CQC him with a knife, it slices open his suit, and he takes more damage. Like, they got fucking something for everybody, with maybe the exception of the final boss, who is just a really hard boss fight. Like, the boss is cool. But, yeah. Fucking Colonel Volgin. Volgin is one of the coolest, just straight-up evil dudes in all of games. Like, he is so evil looking and so just like wild card evil. He's the whole catalyst for the game. He fires a nuclear bomb without telling anybody. You eventually have to dress up as one of his fellow colonels and like infiltrate the lab. And then he sees you wearing the mask and realizes you're not him because he's gay lovers with the colonel who you're dressed as. So he starts beating the shit out of you. And when you're fighting him, if you throw a frog at him, he'll get distracted and he has to kill the frog, and you can just shoot him instead. Like, the game is so cool and so full of so many funny little details. Like, I could go on forever, man. It's dope. And fuck anybody that plays it in patchy slot form. Fuck Konami for doing that. Like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. I want an HD remake of this. And I don't mean a fucking Japanese gambling machine. Like, it just grinds my fucking gears. But it's excellent, man. It's really, really fucking fun. And like, it's right towards the top. It might be my favorite game of all time, which is why I chose it for this episode. I thought we were all going to do something like that, like pick one of our favorite games of all time. But it's all good. It's good.
And picked one from a long-running series we never mentioned before. Like, that seemed important.
I fucking love Overwatch. It was game of the year pretty much when it came out, and it's still packing a wall up. Blizzard just can't do anything wrong.
Yeah, John, speak about your pick.
What now?
100, ladies and gentlemen.
That is John Regan on Game That Tune, distilled down to a moment.
He's so drunk. Metal Gear Solid 3 is pretty fucking excellent, and I love the setting. It's in the 60s, so like even like your equipment and stuff, it's old school. Like you don't get the radar like you do in normal Metal Gear. You can get like a sonar to show you where things are on the map, but if you press it, it makes a loud beeping noise and it alerts soldiers.
That's awesome. The camo in that game too,
and the camouflage is fucking awesome. Like, I love going through and collecting all the different camos. But yeah, I like that it's set back in time in the Metal Gear series. It fills in some details from early on in the story. Tells the story of how Big Boss started out, and all of that is my inelegant way of saying it's time for a lightning round about the history of Game That Tune. Johnny, hit it.
Lightning round.
Hell yeah. So this isn't so much a lightning round so much as it is just a big patting ourselves on the back for making it 100 episodes quiz about Game That Tune. You'll probably want something to write on. I might just ask you for your answers. We'll just see how it goes. I'm going to do it 50 Cent style. I've got 21 questions, and they're all about us. And so, yeah, I'm going to ask you guys, and let's just let's do this thing. Let's see what we got. So, question 1 from Game That Tune history: name any of the 3 composers who have been featured 10 or more times on the show. This is
we're writing answers down, right?
Yeah, sure. For this one, this is where we act like we're really a video game music podcast.
Wow.
Go ahead and show me someone. Johnny and Jesse both said Tim Fallon. David, what's your answer?
Yoko Shimomura.
Yoko Shimomura has been featured 10 times on the show. That's a point for David there. Nice job, man. The other two composers that have been featured, Kazumi Totaka has been featured 10 times, and the most played composer on the show, naturally, Koji Kondo.
Oh yeah, Koji Kondo. That would have been the easy one.
Yes, Koji Kondo with 12 games on the show. Even though I'm not, I was going on like credited composer, so like a lot of the times he obviously composed the themes, but then like other guys did the compositions for the game, so he's not the listed music guy on the game. But Koji Kondo credited 12 times for Game That Tune. Okay, so a little Game That Tune history question 2. Name the first episode in which Johnny picked a Sonic game. I'll take the number.
Fuck.
All right.
Let's see. Jesse said 2. John says 12. He overshot himself. David's very close with episode 6, which was about Super Nintendo games. The answer is episode 7.
Man.
Super Nintendo games. Like he's just rubbing salt in the wound.
Episode 7 is Johnny's first Sonic appearance on the show, where he picked Sonic 3. Previous to that, though, Sonic Fighters was featured in episode 3, and Sonic the Hedgehog Pocket Adventure for Neo Geo Pocket Color was featured in episode 4. Thanks, Jesse.
I heard that one fucking me up a little bit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Question.
I like how I got closer than John did.
What is the longest period of time that Johnny went without picking a Sonic game?
Ooh.
I'll take a number of episodes between picks.
Okay.
And remember, we have 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Ooh. David says 12. Jesse says 15. John says 30 episodes. He's actually the closest. He just went a little bit over. John went 25 episodes without picking a Sonic game from episode 11 until episode 37. I was very surprised to find that out. But yeah, so nice job, John. Let's see. Question number 4. What is the number of games that we've featured on this show with the name Mario in the title?
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
We just hit 500 games, by the way. Metal Gear Solid 3 is our 500th game.
How much time do we have to think about this?
Not long.
How much time do I have to pull up the spreadsheet on our Google Drive and do a query?
I scrambled it, motherfucker. Good luck with that.
Ah,
I added a bunch of false data so you couldn't use it.
damn it.
Any game with Mario in the title?
With Mario in the title. So not necessarily like Mario Family.
Right.
Oh, man. David says 20. Johnny says 25. Jesse says 45. Johnny's actually the closest. It's 34.
Fuck, I forgot about the All Mario episode. That was my idea too, wasn't it?
I'm not gonna give you too much shit for that. That was a tough question, and who the fuck knows?
Who's Johnny now?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the real question. Question 5. Which host of Game That Tune has picked the most games with the name Mario in the title?
I feel like this is easy, but
everybody says David. They are all technically correct, the best kind of correct. It's actually a tie between David and Johnny.
Well, I bet I've chosen more games with Mario in the title, and I bet Johnny's chosen more straight Mario games, because he's chosen Mario 1, 2, 3, World, and All-Stars.
Well, actually,
and 64.
You and Johnny and David have picked 11 Mario games each. David has the lead in all Mario, family games, Yoshi, Wario, all that stuff with 14 games. So, good job, guys. You guys like your big name series. Moving on to a question about how great we are. Name or give me the number of episodes in which we've scored 100% correct.
All of
everybody or just one person?
Number of episodes with a 100% correct score.
God.
100 episodes, everybody. David says 30. Jesse says 69. Nice. And Johnny is the closest with 0. The answer is 1. It was the August Absurdity Finals from last year. Me versus David. We scored 100%. Came down to that fucking bonus question.
The Scooby-Doo lightning round.
Fucking Scooby-Doo.
You're welcome.
Oh, because I remember
completely
that because
forgot
we did
to include Johnny in my scoring thinking. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Because even the fucking softball episode where I chose Mario Galaxy and John got it wrong.
Yes, exactly. Okay, moving on. Question number 7. What is the number of episodes coming from our 100% down to our lowest percentage? What's the number of episodes in which we've scored less than 20% correct? We're better than you think.
This is a percentage for the answer?
Yeah. I mean, no, what's the number of number of episodes with less than 20% correct?
Okay.
David says 10, closest. Johnny says 15, and Jesse says 27. No, we're better than you think. We've only done that 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Episode 11, Handhelds, notoriously bad episode. Episode 13, April Absurdity, round 1, where I accidentally trolled David really hard. And episode 75, our all fan request free play.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, fans. That was a lot of fun.
What did Johnny say that one time about the fans?
Yeah, let's go back to the free play jingle. Okay, question number 8. Which host has the most total correct answers?
Guessing? Or they've given games that have been guessed correctly?
Guessing. Which host has guessed the most games correctly? Total. Johnny says himself. David says me. He's incorrect. Jesse says David. He is correct.
Nice.
Really?
David has guessed the most total games. He has guessed 250 games out of a possible 371.
Wow.
So nice job, David. Question 9. Which host has guessed the highest percentage of games correctly?
Can you clarify that question?
It's like the last one, but we're going percentage instead of total correct answers. Think about it.
Don't understand the difference.
It's
Okay.
a bad math problem.
Because I'm going to guess if you haven't been on the show every episode, you have a good chance of getting a high percentage.
Yeah, except, John, you're really overestimating David Weiland. Jesse and David both say me, and that is correct. I have guessed 228 out of a possible 328, or 69%. Nice. Games correct. See that, David, the whole caveat on that one was you've guessed, you've had more games to guess. I've provided all the requests and shit, more requests. So I've guessed. Okay. Question number 10. What is the number of times that John Harrington has cheated at Game That Tune, either by downloading the song and checking its metadata, or by harassing the host via private message during or before recording?
You said percentage?
It's a raw number of episodes.
Oh, well, that's the same thing because we're at 100. So
shut up, John. David and Jesse both say 5. John says 80. The real answer is it's too many to count. I do that all the time.
John messages
everybody
me.
Gets a point for that one.
John sends me a DM every week asking what my game is, and I don't.
Okay. Let's do a little over under for the.
Wait. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You said that all 3 of us got that correct. John?
Oh, that's a hat trick, John. Don't do it.
Oh.
Just give him a bonus sign. Give him my man.
My man.
Hey, do my man from now on. It's shorter.
My man.
It's a lightning round. Thank you. Question number 11. Let's do a little over under. Over under 40 total fighting games used for Game That Tune.
Wait, what?
So we're guessing how off we are from that?
No, just have we used more or less than 40 fighting games in the history of Game That Tune?
Okay. John's face says I should change my answer. No, it's too late.
Too late. Oh, you all say under and you're all wrong.
I said over. I changed it. Damn it.
If we're including wrestling games, which we don't even have to at this point, there have been 52 fighting games used through episode 99. So nice job there, guys. Question number 12. Over under 20 RPGs chosen by Jesse Moore. John says less. David says more. Jesse says less. He knows himself. He's correct. Jesse has chosen in the history of the show 16 RPGs. Not bad, man. Let's see. Question number 13. Over under 20 games from a portable system chosen by David Fleming.
Ooh.
Oh, David says over, Jesse says more, and John says under. John doesn't know David at all. David has chosen 32 handheld games, almost exactly 1/3 of his picks for the show.
I fucking love that 3DS.
He's the guy that likes his handhelds. Good job, man. Let's see. Question number 14. Here we go. The question really, what is the cutoff for Sega Legend status? Over, under 20% of Jesse's games from Sega systems.
You said 20%?
Yeah, 20% of all of Jesse's picks. Do they come from Sega systems? Over, under? Ooh, over. And actually, Jesse is just under. He's currently 14 out of 75. You know, that's one away from an over. Wait, what did you pick tonight? Oh no, you picked Overwatch. I was gonna say, so you're 14 out of 76. You're still good, man. That's still a lot of Sega stuff. But that's it's a tough one. Question number 15. When Jesse disappeared, did Johnny keep the Sega Legend seat warm? How many games from Sega systems did Johnny pick in the 30 episodes Jesse was absent? Ooh, David says 17. John says not enough. And Jesse says 7. Jesse's actually the closest. John had 34 selections in the games that Jesse was absent for, and 11 of them were from Sega systems. So nearly a third of all his selections were from Sega systems. He did keep the Sega Legend seat warm for Jesse. All right, question number 16. Over, under 20 times that John Harrington has selected a game for the show without having played it first. David says over. Jesse says under. John, what do you got? John says over. David and John are both correct. It's 26 times. John, hit that special sound I gave you for games I'd never played.
Star, Bomberman, Fantasy Race, Alien 3, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, Dance Dance Revolution, Mario Mix, Baby's Kids, Outrun 2, Red Steel 2, Mega Turrican, Hey You, Pikachu, Disney Infinity, Double Dare, Fighters, Mega Mix, Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, Mega Man X7, Pocky and Rocky 2, Turok Battle of the Bionosaurs, Link's Crossbow Training, Mighty Final Fight, Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker, Legend of Mana, Burning Rangers, Samba de Amigo, Pokemon, Super Mystery Dungeon, Soul Blazer, King Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball.
Yeah, hold up. You never played Link's Crossbow Training?
No.
Do you want me to play it again, David? I can play it again if you need it.
Yeah, play it one more time.
Star, Bomberman, Fantasy Race, Alien 3, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, Dance Dance Revolution, Mario Mix, Baby's Kids, Outrun 2, Red Steel 2, Mega Turrican, Hey You, Pikachu, Disney Infinity, Double Dare, Fighters, Mega Mix, Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, Mega Man X7, Pocky and Rocky 2, Turok Battle of the Bionosaurs, Link's Crossbow Training, Mighty Final Fight, Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker, Legend of Mana, Burning Rangers, Samba de Amigo, Pokemon, Super Mystery Dungeon, Soul Blazer, King Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball.
I could have sworn you played Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Not more than like a demo, so I'm not counting it. Okay, question 17. Over, under 20 episodes in which John Regan scored 0 points.
over under 20 episodes, you said?
Over under 20 episodes in which John Regan has scored 0 points. Everybody says under, and I wish it was true. It's over. John scored a flat 0 in 22 episodes of the show.
Damn.
That's worth a my man and a yeah. Okay, moving on from that to something more positive. Question 18. What was the 100th game featured on Game That Tune?
Ooh. Oh, God damn it. My computer's too slow to pull up the spreadsheet.
It wouldn't help you anyway, baby.
Are we counting mixtapes?
We're counting just episodes of Game That Tune. We're at episode 100, so, the 100th game. We made a big stink about it.
Oh, I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong.
David says Tekken 3. Not yet featured on the show. John says 6 question marks dicks. Jesse says Mario something. John, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. The answer is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Wow.
I would give you guys a chance for redemption with our 200th, 300th, and 400th game, but if you didn't get Moonwalker, you're not going to remember those either.
Nope.
Yeah, definitely.
Our 200th game, Klonoa Empire of Dreams. Our 300th game, Metroid for the NES. And our 400th game, Phantasy Star 4.
Yeah.
So, and now our 500th game, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Put that in your memory banks for our episode 200 quiz. Question 19. I promised that I would bring this up way back in episode 78. We're going back to the list of the 100 greatest games ever made from Nintendo Power 1997. What is the lowest ranked Nintendo 64 game on the 1997 Nintendo Power list of the top 100 games of all time? I'll take the name of the game or the position. Jesse, give me a position. So close.
Hold on, sorry.
Are you looking up the fucking list?
I'm typing it out.
David says Mario Kart 64, which is the number 4 game of all time, according to that 1997 list. The list put him in a missionary position. Jesse says Wave Race 64, which is way higher on the list than number 73. And John Regan must have been Googling something. He says 69 Wayne Gretzky hockey. The answer is Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey in position number 67.
Oh.
So, what did you... Google,
he also spelled Wayne Gretzky, which isn't a real person.
Yeah, sorry.
And not, the most recognizable hockey player in the history of mankind.
And you did specify that the hockey was in 3D. So, sorry, John. Question 20. What is the number of episodes that have the name Jonah Lamu in the title? Oh, Jesse. Should have checked your feed today. Jesse says 1. John and David both say 2. They're correct. Episode 48, Jonah Lamu's Podcast Challenge. And episode 99, The Land Before Time 15, Jonah Lamu's Battle Canyon. That was a hell of an episode. And finally...
I thought you meant actual games with his name in them.
Oh, no. Number of episodes that we've made that we've named after him.
No, that's one of my favorite moments going through clips for that free play jingle. It's like, how did we talk about Game & Watch Gallery 1 for so long? Oh, we didn't. We were just talking about rugby legend Jonah Lamu.
Yes, that's how we do it around here. And so the final question, question 21. This is episode 100. But what episode will it really be after all the mixtapes and special episodes in our regular podcast feed are factored in? We're not factoring in the Patreon exclusive stuff. We're just looking at what do we got available for our, iTunes listeners. our Game That Tune faithful. Wow, you guys must have pulled up your iTunes apps and come so close. Jesse, what do you got, man? John says 116 and he's incorrect. David says 115 and he is correct. Jesse said 118 and he overshot. Yeah. Episode 100, and we put out some bonus episodes and mixtapes and all kinds of crazy crap. And, we've made actually 115 things for your enjoyment, plus even more at patreon.com/GameThatTune. We've been doing this for a couple of years and doing a lot of it. So thanks to everybody that listens. This has been a lot of fun, and what a stupid lightning round this has been. So, Johnny, it's time to start our 100th calculating computer.
What about
Not really, 'cause we
these
didn't have
3
episodes.
clips here that you told me to download?
Oh, I'll tell you when.
Okay. I did. David, do I need to go download the 100 calculating computer right now? Because I did not before the show.
I mean, it's not a special 100 episode calculating computer. It's just a new calculating computer episode. But if you want to play it, I will not stop you.
I'll just load up one I already have.
Okay.
Are you okay, Johnny? Should we call someone?
No, I'm good.
You sound like you're about to fall over. I'm sorry.
I am fine.
Okay, good.
I'm very drunk, but
Question mark?
But I can do it. I can do it. Okay.
You got that calculating computer then, huh?
Uh-huh. Where'd I put it? Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Well, in that case, yeah, just download the new one because I want to hear it and it'll make me laugh.
Who's the poor boy?
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops.
Damn it, John.
Scoring complete.
That's very
Perfect.
appropriate. All right, let's see here. Okay. So I just want to load up one I haven't done for David in a while. There we go.
This game's winner is David Fleming.
Hell yeah, it is. Nice job, David. Good score in the
The
game.
absurd king reigns over episode 100.
Yeah, with lightning round bonus points. Good show tonight, man. A lot of fun. What a show it's been. It's been a long and ridiculous one. It's been a long and ridiculous road to episode 100. But I do believe you won because we have faith in you to pick a theme to guide us going forward. So, David, what's the theme for next week's episode?
Well, I don't want to talk for anybody else, but personally, I am riding high on 100 episodes. I love you guys. I love all of our fans, everybody who's been listening and joining us live or in podcast form, and I am just happy. So I'm picking a personal theme, and the theme for next week is a game that just makes you happy.
I like it.
Cool.
Joyous game.
Let's keep the positivity going.
Fuck yeah. I love positivity. That's awesome, man. That's going to be a really good one. So, yeah, great episode tonight, guys. Tons of fun. Great requests, great interaction with the fans in the chat. Thank you everybody who listens and watches along with us live. We really do make the show for you, and we appreciate everybody. Thanks for checking us out live. Twitch.tv/GameThatTune, Facebook.com/GameThatTune, YouTube.com/GameThatTune. We're doing this every Wednesday. You should check us out. Podcast comes out on Wednesday morning, and it sounds a little better than our Raw episode. And yeah, it's it's good. So you should check it out in your iTunes device or podcast catcher or feed or whatever the fuck you use. Just find the podcast and listen to it because I put some good work into that. You should definitely check out. What, John?
We're everywhere. I made very sure to make our podcast feed work on every platform ever. You know what I mean? Like, we're everywhere.
Cool. Yeah. You want to list them? You want to list all the places we're available there? Big drinker.
Oh God. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on not Stitcher. Everywhere else. End of list.
It's all good, man. You know where we're really important at? Patreon.com/GameThatTune. That's what's important. You got to check us out there, man. Throw us a couple of bucks. We got some serious mixtapes. We got bonus episodes that we're making coming soon. We made a January episode of Gems, looking back at games from 30, 20, and 10 years ago, and then we skipped it for February because February was really short. We couldn't find the time. Yeah, we're planning a lot of fun video game music related stuff. And if you check out patreon.com/GameThatTune, you get access to all of it. Special thanks to our Patreon superfan tier producers, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Andrew Oliver. You guys are all dope. Thanks to everybody that donates to Patreon, and thanks to everybody that listens. We really appreciate it. And it's gonna be a great episode coming up soon. And so thanks for listening. Thanks for the requests. Fucking thank you to Alex Messenger and the Sigma Omega. You guys requested great tunes, and you always do. If you want to make a request like them, slide into our Twitter DMs. Find us at GameThatTune on Twitter. Find John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan JR.
You can find Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
Yep, and you can find me on Twitter at JGangsta187. Hit us all with requests. And you can find David Fleming, this week's winner, on Twitter at... I'm doing this all out.
DFD Fleming?
Hell yeah, you can. So, David, you got the bonus tunes, man. What are we going home with?
I am bringing it back full circle, because long-term GTT fans will know I was not for the first episode. I appeared in the second episode, and the first game I ever chose was TMNT, the arcade game.
It's not standard ceremony. It's not standard.
Let me stop all of those things. I think...
Yeah, wow, that was echoey as shit, John.
Well, there was a pause, and so I thought it didn't start playing, so I kept hitting play, thinking there was a problem. So let me do that again.
All right, David, start explaining your bonus tune again.
I was not here for the first episode. I first appeared on the second episode, and the first game that I chose was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. So I'm coming back full circle with The Streets of New York.
What the fuck is all this? Not today.
Let's not stand on ceremony here. Game That Tune episode 100 winner. This is now Bane That Tune.
Oh shit. Bane, what are you doing here?
There's a reason why this podcast is the worst hell on earth. Hope. Every man who has listened here over the first century of Game That Tune looked up to the light and imagined playing their bonus tunes. So easy, so simple, and like shipwrecked men turning to sea water from uncontrollable thirst, many have died trying. I learned here that there can be no true despair without hope. So, as I terrorize Game That Tune, I will feed its listeners hope to poison their souls. I will let them believe they can play their bonus tunes, so that you can watch them clamber over each other to stay in the sun. You can watch me torture an entire podcast, and then when you've truly understood the depth of your failure, we will fulfill Ras Al Ghul's destiny. We will destroy Game That Tune, and then, when it is done, and the podcast is ashes, then you have my permission to die.
So, Bane, are you just saying that we should play more bonus tunes? Can we just play everybody's bonus tunes? Would that be okay?
Oh, that sounds nice. Let's do that. Toodaloo.
Okay. Christ. You're playing everyone's bonus tunes to end episode 100. So, Johnny, explain what your bonus tunes are too, and then Jesse, and then me.
All right. Well, so my bonus tunes were let me think about it for a second here and look them up and look up their metadata. It's been a little bit since I picked
Let
up.
me upload bonus tunes.
No, I uploaded them ahead of time, but you know what? Honestly, I do not remember what I chose. It was something special.
It's all good.
Let me just play
Jesse,
them.
what's your tune, man?
So, oh man. So I didn't pick bonus tunes because I was gonna just pick the free play jingle because it was so amazing, and I was gonna say that would be my bonus tunes. So that's my bonus tunes. It's a free play jingle.
Awesome choice. Game that tune.
Yes.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yes.
All right, here's my bonus tune. It's whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember. Oh, okay, that's right. It's a Sonic 3 staff roll tune, and it's like my like the most satisfying thing is beating Sonic 3 and hearing this music.
Cool.
All right.
And my bonus tunes are from my favorite game of last year. It's from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's Prince Sidon's theme. Start with David's tunes, then yours, then Jesse's, then mine. Good night, everybody.
All
Jesus
right.
Christ, John, get some. Now, Johnny.
Okay.
Now me.
All right. John, I don't see your bonus in here.
It's definitely in there, but whatever. We'll edit it in later.
Okay.
For like 1 minute of the free play, and then I'm reading the copyright, so we're out of here. Game that tune. Free play. Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Here we go. The crew's returned once more, and they're keeping the flow. Let's take a trip back through 100 shows. Huh, GTT. Game That Tune.
John's face right now. Pure anger.
Why are we bringing race into
Whoa,
this?
whoa.
This is Game That Tune, not Let's Be Racist.
I'm not the judge of that. I'll leave that up to John.
Don't show me a picture of your dick. Yeah, John, I know you're really excited to talk about Sunset Riders, so I hope we really took the piss out of you on this one. David, take this whole segment to tell us about the time you went and saw Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark on Broadway.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson ride.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that sounds awful.
I prefer the Democratic version. Who's riding Biden?
You heard it here first. Hotline Miami, Super Mario World clone.
Oh, hey, you Pikachu. Fuck you, David.
The Adventures of Batman and Robin are copyright 1995 Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment and Sega Games Company Limited. Chrono Cross is copyright 2000 Square Company Limited. Dragon Quest IV is copyright 1992 Spike Chunsoft Company Limited and Enix Corporation. Overwatch is copyright 2016 Blizzard Entertainment Incorporated. Thunder Force 4 is copyright 1992 Technosoft. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is copyright 2004 Konami Corporation.
All right.
Oh, that was beautiful.